Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. For today's video I am doing my update. So my last one I think was from 19 weeks to 28, and as of today I am 37 weeks and 2 days. So this update is probably going to be the most eventful or most informative update, I guess. Lots to update on. What is it? Full viewer discretion is advised. Is there, if you're grossed out by pregnancy and things that can happen during pregnancy, I probably recommend that you don't watch this one. But yes, without further ado, here is my 37-week update. So this is going to be, I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible, as I do have to run out the door and go pick my brother up from work, so practically already a mother. But yes, I'm going to try and blitz through this. It is unplanned, like I haven't jotted down any notes, it's just kind of going from memory. But yeah, so my last update was from, oh, don't mind the tan line by the way. Me and Ethan went to a truck show and I clearly underestimated the power of the sun that day. But yes, moving along. So 28 weeks. What's happened since then? Really, the only bigger updates have happened in the last, I'm going to say 2 to 3 weeks, but like smaller updates that don't have really much to do with the pregnant, well, they do, but not my body kind of pregnancy update. We got our car seat installed, so our car seat is ready to be used by Bob whenever she wants to make her arrival. We have our pram ready to go in the boot of the car. We have, I don't know if this was, no it wouldn't have been, our bassinet is set up for her. Basically the house, yeah, I'm going to say the house is ready for her. Obviously there's things we have to do that won't get done before her arrival, like paint her room, what else? Probably paint the rest of their house. Our house has to have a little bit of maintenance, well, a lot of bit of maintenance done, but that's not going to happen in the next 3 weeks or whatever. So that's that. In terms of like my body, I can officially say I have been feeling pregnancy for the past 3 weeks. Like I've been really I don't want to say struggling, because I know there's a lot of women who do it a lot worse or have it a lot worse than I do. I can obviously still walk around. It's a bit painful, but I can still walk around. My last midwife appointment, when they were feeling for her head, they did say she was really quite low. That was last week. So she could have moved out of that position now, but she was actually surprised at how low her head was at the time. So don't know if I should be, well, I'm not concerned because I am 37 weeks. I'm considered full term now. And I'm ready for her whenever she, okay, yeah, so but Bub is considered full term now, so she can come now and it's not really all that concerning. But yeah, so she is head down low and I definitely feel it. I can feel when she moves her head or makes the slightest movement, I need to pee straight away. And it's not even like, it's like a busting feeling, like I really need to go, but I can get to the toilet and not go. Like it's really weird. Like I'm sure if you've been pregnant, you know, like it's really just like pressure. It feels like someone's squeezing your bladder. And also when I'm sitting, it feels like all the weight is like being compressed into my hips. My lower back, that hurts quite a bit. That I had lower back like pain before I was even pregnant, but I think it's just obviously amplified with all the extra weight and the extra pressure. But I'm still, the pain is more down below and in my hips and whatnot. I've heard people say, like, well, I've heard women say that they, towards the end, they feel like Bub's head is like right there, like they can feel it. And I can feel it, but not as low as people make out. I don't know if this is making sense. I know, like, I can feel her down there, but only as far as like my bladder, if you get me. Like I can feel her move around, but I don't feel like she's like about to fall out like people say. So all that pain down below and in my hips does make sleeping overnight really hard. I don't know, I don't want to like diagnose myself with that pregnancy insomnia. It's probably not, but I do have a lot of trouble sleeping. Like sometimes I can't get to sleep until about 2 a.m. Sometimes even later than 2 a.m. It just depends on the night. And then I'm constantly tossing and turning because of all the pressure on my hips. I do only lay on my side. I just, what is it? Rotate or, there's a specific word I'm looking for. I think it starts with a C. No, it starts with an A. It's called alternate. So I alternate between my left side and my right side. Sometimes I'll wake up and I'm on my back, and that is actually quite comfortable. But I've heard after 28 weeks you shouldn't really sleep on your back because it compresses a nerve or something. I haven't done that much research on it, so don't quote me on it. But it compresses a nerve and it cuts off some sort of supply to bub, whether it be a blood supply, an air supply. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not a doctor, but it's just what I've heard. So just to avoid that, I try and avoid laying on my back for too long at all. Another update that's happened in the last 2-3 weeks or so. Again, viewer discretion is advised. I have started losing my plug. Now, to begin with, I didn't think anything of it. I just thought it was like normal, you know, lady stuff. But, so yeah, that happened about, I'm gonna say about 3 weeks ago. And then it happened again, I wanna say 4 days ago, and then the 3 days after that it happened every day. I am not concerned by it at all. I've heard that some ladies or some women can lose their plug and then baby isn't born until 3-4 weeks later. Not that I'm concerned. Like I said before, baby's full term, she can come anytime. But something holding me off was Nathan has only just finished his interstate work. If you don't know, Nathan's a truck driver. He does interstate runs from state to state. So this week was his last week. He actually gets home tomorrow morning from his last trip, and then he's doing local until Bubs is born, and then he gets a week off with us. And then I'm not sure what happens from there. I'm not sure if he's going to do like maybe a local week and then go back interstate, or if he's just straight up interstate. Not entirely sure, but I am actually super excited for him to start local work. So he'll be home every night, which is really going to be a weird shift in dynamic for us, I guess. I can't remember a time in our relationship where, unless he's been on holidays or we've had the girls, I can't remember a time where he's been home for more than a week or two. So this is gonna be, it's gonna be a test. And I struggle to sleep as it is, let alone having Nathan in the bed next to me. So it's probably good training, but yeah. So in regards to the midwife appointment that I had last week, the only real update there was the that her head was really low. Everything looks fine. They say she's got a beautiful heartbeat. They actually did give me, once I mentioned that I have been leaking a little bit from my boobs, she gave me an antenatal expressing kit. Now, I didn't think that I had enough to keep, but I actually attended a breastfeeding class this morning, and let me tell you, it was really good. Like, it was so informative. I walked out feeling so confident about, you know, trying to breastfeed with Bub, things to do to help, like different latch techniques already. And even though I've got another 3 weeks, hopefully 2, Nathan thinks I'm gonna go early. Even though I've got that time, I wanted to do it a little bit later, so it's still fresh in my mind. I do have, like, in this appointment they gave us numbers to call if we think we're struggling. They gave us like information sheets on what their like nappies should look like, if they're getting, like, I didn't even know this, but when a baby is born, their stomach is the size of a marble. So for them to only have one wet nappy on day 1 is totally normal. Weird. But yeah, this breastfeeding class was awesome. I never felt once like they were trying to force breastfeeding on any of us. If you're thinking about going for a breastfeeding class but like umming and ahhing, I highly recommend you do it. Even if you don't plan on breastfeeding, just go just to kind of educate yourself on it. It was really interesting and really, it was actually quite fun. So another update is my belly. It's mostly, actually I can't really pinpoint a time. My belly does get super hard at certain times, and I'm not sure if that's Braxton Hicks because it doesn't really hurt all that much. It's just kind of uncomfortable. I've been really lucky in that sense actually. I haven't had much pain other than, I'm going to say in the last 2 weeks, cramping has kind of upped a notch. And I did ask my midwife and she said that's what we like to hear. It's everything softening up and your body getting ready. So that was nice to hear that my body is getting ready on its own. I think that's it. I'm sure this is like a quick update video. I've only been filming for 15 minutes. Usually I film for about half an hour and then cut it down to that amount of time. But yeah, as I said, I know it's probably quite rushed, but I do have to get out the door. But yes, that's the end of this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I might insert a bit of a bump shot. If not, I do have pictures. We'll see how we go, whether there's a video or whether it's just pictures. Either way, you'll see a bump. But yes, that's the end. I'm not even sure if this will be my last bump date. Is that what they call them? Bump update, whatever. It could be my last. It could be my second last. Hopefully it's my last. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to come back and see more on our journey to baby girl. Bye guys.